But we're going to solve equations. Now, okay. So what I would suggest you do is if we were to graph the sine function, it goes 0, max, 0, min, 0, right? That's a sine function, correct? Okay. Now, this is asking us. So there's some questions that we're going to want to talk about. So it says, find the solution so where sine of x equals 1/2. So that's right there, correct? How many solutions do we have? 2. When does sine equal 1/2? So think about your chart. Go to your chart. When does sine equal 1/2? At what angles does sine equal 1/2? Because you have to go backwards now. It's not going to say the sine of blah. It's not going to say the sine of pi over 4. It's going to say, when does my sine value equal 1/2? So what angles, or what angle on your chart gives you 1/2? Pi over 6, right? Yeah. What other quadrant is sine positive in? 2. So if I know my first one is pi over 6, what's my second quadrant pi over 6 angle? What's my second quadrant pi over 6 angle? How do we know it's in quadrant 2? So we said this was pi over number, right? How do we know it was in quadrant 2? 1 less, 1 more, 2 minus 1. Remember when we did that? So quadrant 2 is 1 less, right? 1 less than my denominator. What is my denominator? 6. 1 less than that is 5 pi over 6. You have to have that. You have to give me all the solutions that could exist and probably will exist. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, what's the difference between this first question and the second? So this is between 0 and 2 pi, which is your unit circle, correct? This one's doing what? It's going from negative to positive infinity. Now, listen. This is circular, right? It keeps repeating. After how long do I get pi over 6 again? How long does it take me to get to pi over 6 again? So if I'm at pi over 6, how long does it take me to get back there? 360 degrees, or 2 pi, right? If I'm at pi over 6, how long does it take me to get back there? 360 degrees, right? Because it goes in a circle. So if I want to know all my solutions on the open interval, negative to positive, you will state it like this. You'll say x equals pi over 6, because that's my angle, yes? And then you're going to say, excuse me, plus or minus 2 pi n. Now, 2 pi is the same as 360 degrees, correct? N is just a number. So n could be 1, n could be 2, n could be -1. Doesn't really matter. Yeah? Okay? X equals 5 pi over 6 plus or minus 2 excuse me, pi n. Okay, excuse me, I'm sorry. All right, a trigonometric equation can have one solution. It could have no solution, or it could have several solutions. One, none, or several. Several being, if it's closed, up to 4. It is open, an infinite amount. The big thing, kiddos, when you're solving these equations, you need to make sure that you are reading all of the directions. You need to know, is it an open interval? So is it negative to positive? Do I have to add and subtract that 2 pi n? or is there a closed interval over wherever? Okay. So to solve a trigonometric equation, we need to isolate. What does isolate mean? Yeah, get it by itself. The trigonometric function. So I don't want to get the x or the y or the whatever variables by itself. I want to get the trig function by itself. Okay, so first example, open or closed interval. Negative to positive means it's open. So that means I have to add the plus 2 pi n on all of my answers. And I would suggest you write that so we don't forget that. Okay? Is everybody cool with me there? Now, what's my trig function in example 1? What's the trig in there that you see? Sine, cosine, tangent, secant, cosecant, cos. It's cosine. But the issue is I have cosines on both sides of the equation, right? Cosine is just my variable in this case. So I need to get the cosine on the same side and everything else on the other. Does everybody follow what I'm saying? So which cosine should I move? I would move the 3. Do you guys want negatives? Do you ever want negatives? You don't. How do I move that 3 cosine to the other side? Subtract it. So if I subtract 3 cosine, I'm going to have 2 cosine of x plus radical 2 equals 0. Agree? I need to get cosine by itself. Cosine of x. What's the first thing I need to do? So I need to get cosine of x by itself. Subtract radical 2, right? So now I have 2 cosine of x equals negative radical 2. I need to get cosine by itself. What's still attached to cosine? The 2. So how do I get rid of it? I'm going to divide by 2. So I now have the cosine of x equals negative radical 2 over 2. Soon as you get there, you should start to recognize certain ratios. Is that a ratio you recognize? Radical 2 over 2. The answer to that is yes. Now here's the issue. Is that cosine positive or negative? It's negative, right? And when are we talking about sine, cosine, tangent, what are we talking about? Cosine. What 2 quadrants is cosine negative in? Do we agree? 2 and 3? You guys have to, this is a focus, putting it all together. 2 and 3. I need an angle in both of them. I thought you were going to say purple. Yeah. Purple. Fish. Chicken sometimes. I don't like pears. Fish. Okay, sorry. So I'm going to have 2 answers, right? Because it's in 2 quadrants. Okay, now, unit circle. When does cosine equal radical 2 over 2? I heard it. Pi over 4. But what quadrants do I need my pi over 4 in? Second and third. How do I get my second quadrant angle? What do I do? What? 1 less. So that's going to be 3 pi over 4 plus 2 pi n. And how do I get my third quadrant angle? 1 more, so that is 5 pi over 4 plus or minus, 2 pi n. That unit circle is a must. And the next unit is going to be a must still, so you guys can't forget it over break. That tells me, so I came here. I know my cosine is negative. Oh, do you want to know what remember? Yeah, I'll run down again. So this is a pi, pi over a number. This is number minus 1, number plus 1, 2 times the number minus 1. Is that what you're looking for, Courtney? Sorry. Yeah? Are we good there? Try the next one. So what's the trig function we're trying to get by itself? Just tell me. Tangent, okay? We're trying to get tangent. So what am I going to do? Try to get your, like when you solve equations when you're in Algebra 1, you always wanted the x on the left side, right? You're just solving an equation. So which one am I going to move? The -3. How do I move it? You add it. So I now have 6 tangent of theta plus 2 radical 3 equals 8 radical 3. Yes? Okay, talk me through it. Subtract the 2 radical 3, so I have 6 tangent of theta equals 6 radical 3. What am I trying to get by itself? Divide by 6. I want the tangent by itself. So the tangent of theta equals radical 3. Okay. Open or closed interval? Open. So I'm going to have that plus or minus 2 pi n on my answers. Is tangent positive or is it negative? Positive. What 2 quadrants is tangent positive in? What? Yeah. 1 and 3. All students take calculus. We got to know that. All students take calculus. This 6 brings everything together. 2 angles. This is your unit circle. Where does tangent equal radical 3? Pi over 3. So pi over 3 is 1 because that's my first quadrant angle, right? Pi over 3 is good. How do you get your third quadrant? Four pi over 3. That's with our regular ones. Now we're going to get some inverses. 3. What do I need to do first? Multiply by 4. So I have the cosecant of alpha minus 6 equals -4. Good. Add 6. So I have the cosecant of alpha equals 2. Okay. Cosecant is the reciprocal of what? I heard it. Sine. What's the reciprocal of 2? 1/2. When does sine equal 1/2? Pi over 6, right? Now, this is positive, right? Yes? What 2 quadrants is cosecant positive? Because cosecant goes with sine. So what 2 quadrants is sine positive in? 1 and 2. Cosecant goes with sine. 1 and 4 is cosine. Okay? So, we come here. Theta equal, or alpha equals, alpha equals. So again, you're looking for where does sine equal 1/2? We found that to be what? Pi over 6, right? Is that my first quadrant angle? Yep. So I have to write pi over 6. Do I need the plus or minus 2 pi n? Yes, because it's an open interval. Plus or minus 2 pi n. And then how do I find my second quadrant angle? What? 1 less. So this is 5 pi over 6 plus or minus 2 pi n. Yes. Try number 4, please. Try number 4, please. Yes, thank you. First step, good? Second step, good. Now, you have to recognize reciprocals here. 2 radical 3 over 3 is going to be the same as radical 3 over 2. Okay? It's negative, so you need a second and third. So there should be your answer. If you don't have the plus or minus 2 pi n, I will take off because this is an open interval. Yeah? No? It means you can get any angle from negative to positive infinity. So if you have negative to positive infinity, just don't forget to add that plus or minus 2 pi n. What's causing the issue? Is it the unit circle or is it solving? Unit circle. I believe it. Know what? Why did you shake your head at me now?
I didn't.
Yes, you did. 5. Open or close interval? Closed. So you are not putting that plus or minus 2 pi n. It's a really good look for you. Okay, what am I trying to get by itself? What? Tangent. So what am I going to do first? Subtract tangent. So I have 2 tangent of A equals negative 2. Then what should I do next? I'm going to divide by 2. So the tangent of A equals negative 1. Okay. What 2 quadrants is tangent negative in? I'm sorry? 2 and 4. 2 and 4. When does tangent equal 1? That's when you guys got to know quicker. That's pi over 4. No. I love you, but no. So you're going to have 2 values. A equals and A equals. So tangent is 1 at pi over 4. How do I get my second quadrant pi over 4 angle? Minus 1. So it is 3 pi over 4. How do I get my fourth quadrant angle? 2 minus 1, right? So 7 pi over 4. Did you say pi over 2? You gotta subtract 1 there. Okay. Good. Don't throw your... we haven't even started yet. What am I going to do on 6? Oh, yeah.
How long are we doing that tomorrow?
I got a whole nother day of notes due tomorrow.
So wait, we're actually doing this whole thing today?
Or as much as I can done. What am I going to do on 6 first? Subtract 8. So I have 4 sine squared of u equals 3. What's you whining about? Oh my gosh. What am I going to do now? Divide by 4? Sine squared of u equals 3/4. Everything that we've done up to this point helps you do this. Don't hit her. What do you have to do now? You have to take the square root of both sides, right? Yes? So when I take the square root of this side, it's just the sine of u equals what? No. Purple.
What up?
Fish. Chicken, possibly.
Bro?
What's up, dude? You sure? It's good to see you. I don't know.
Yeah, he's weird. Yeah.
Now, when you physically write a square root, what do you also physically have to do? Plus or minus the square root of 3/4. This is where your grade assignment on Friday started to get a little hairy. By hairy means you guys started making stuff up that you weren't allowed to do. From here, it's plus or minus radical 3 divided by the square root of 4. By definition, that's what you can do. Now, which one of those can I actually find? 4. So this is plus or minus radical 3 over 2. Yeah? Is this an open or closed interval, though? Closed. Where's it closed? Like from and to. Where's it start? Quadrant 3, because it's pi to 3 pi over 2. In quadrant 3, is sign positive or negative? Negative. So I know I'm in quadrant 3. When does sign equal a radical 3 over 2? Pi over 3, but my third quadrant would be 4 pi over 3. Okay, time is it? What are we at here? 1:45. Oh, Josie's gonna be so mad when she comes back.
Oh, she asked me to tell you to record it and that she was done that. Or, yeah, I mean.
Okay, I already am recording.
Wait, how is there only one?
Because it's in quadrant 3, because it starts at pi and goes to 3 pi over 2. 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi.
But why is it 4 pi over 2?
Because in the third quadrant, it's 1 more than your denominator. 1 more than 3 is 4. That was mean. Sorry. I didn't mean to sound condescending. Oh, shoot. We're good. Okay, ready? What's it say we're going to do on the back? We gonna factor. We gonna factor. And we're going to factor a lot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, when you take a calc class, you're going to learn something called U substitution. You can do that here if you'd like. What? All it means is you're going to substitute something for something else, but these aren't that bad. All right, so this is 4 cosine squared of x minus 1. This is the same as this. Right? I just let u be cosine of x. The only reason I do u sub is because sometimes you guys don't see it when you got trig in there. Now, some of you are going to see it a lot faster than others, and that's fine. How am I going to solve this? How many terms do we have? You have 2. Since you have 2 terms, you actually have to factor. Can you solve by square roots? You can solve by square roots if you only have 2 terms. So if I solve by square roots, that means I'm going to add 1. And then I'm going to divide by 4. Agree or disagree? So then what do I have to do? What? Square root. So I have u equals plus or minus 1/2. Right? That's not your answer, Tyler. That's not your answer.
What?
I know, because he's like, it's plus or minus 1/2. I listened to him. I heard him say it. That's not your answer.
It's 1/2.
No, it's not. First of all, it's plus or minus 1/2.
Why is it plus or minus?
Because you got to physically write the square root. You got to physically write the plus or minus.
What does that mean?
You have to take the square root of both sides. Whenever you physically write the square root, you have to physically write the plus or minus 1/2 in front of it. Okay? Now from here, what does u equal? So this is now the cosine of x equals plus or minus 1/2. Open or closed interval? Closed over the entire unit circle, right? So you're going to have x equals. Where does cosine equal 1/2? Pi over 3. Okay, there's your first quadrant. Second quadrant, 2 pi over 3. Third quadrant, 4 pi over 3. Nope, 4, not that F word. And the last fourth quadrant is
Why are you writing this?
because we got to find out what x is. X has got to be an angle that you know. It's not plus or minus 1/2. Yeah, because it's from 0 to 2 pi. So that gets all 4 quadrants. That makes sense.
Wait, so
I'm waiting. Where do you want me to wait?
That was like the actual thing I did.
2 pi is everything.
0 to 2 pi is everything, yes. Because 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi.
Oh,
Shoot!
I know.
I gotta get every single one of them.
Dude, I talked to that one teacher. Oh,
So even if it
they
was
got,
like
no, I'm telling you, I talked to that one teacher. She was
Like-
oh
like-
yeah, I let them work together on this for you to sign it. And I'm like, I was kind of like running through and I'm like, damn, that sucks.
What? That you didn't get to work together? Wham.
I mean, I still did fine, but like,
just on all that.
it wouldn't.
I'm not on Instagram.
Yes.
That was pushing it like 9.
There's a.
Are you gonna
She gave me 100%. All fucking-
Who are you gonna work with?
There's like 1%, 2%, 1%. I swear. It's always
You're not gonna ask Courtney. She's the only one that got 100% on the whole thing, on both classes.
Wait, which Courtney?
No,
Is that Courtney? I went to physical on her on the
CW did not. What?
I did not get it.
You did not get it. You did okay. It wasn't as good as it could have
I
been.
don't even know what.
You all give me like 1 or 2 points.
Like I know what it is, but I don't know what the grade is.
Well, I'll let you look at them. All right. I am gonna give you homework, but you guys can't do all of these.
Can I be exempt from it?
No.
Yes.
No, you cannot.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, come grab this because I'm gonna tell you. Oh, I'll just pass them out.
That's why you don't have to.
Damn.
I got it.
covered your entire. Pass it down for me.
You know it.
No.
Okay, you're gonna do 1 through 5, and then you're gonna do. Okay, we're just gonna do this. You're gonna do 1 through 11, but look at 1 through 5. Stop whining. 1 through 11.
Oh,
That's 11.
Wait,
The
what number?
first 5 are telling him it's true or false.
Wait, what number?
1 through 11.
Well, they're all false.
We do all-
That's what you said on the grade assignment. That didn't go well for you.
No,
1
I
through
didn't.
11.
Now let's say just
Yeah, it literally said determine if it was true.
why did I think
let's say it.
prove it?
It didn't say proof.
How do you prove it?
Can I do 15 to make up for it?
No, it's easy.
Well, I'm saying
Okay.
theoretically.
You were supposed to prove it. You just said
Number 1.
What?
Are we doing it?
What? What did you just say?
Are we doing it? I'm just going short.
Oh, because my leg really quick. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to give you the answer number 1. You want to shut up?
Oh,
Alright, so it says determine whether the given value is a solution. So a solution means it makes it true. So it says the tangent of x equals radical 3. And I'm telling you the solution is pi over 3. So at tangent pi over 3, is my answer radical 3?
No.
Yes. So is that a solution? The answer to that is yes. The
He said it
tangent,
so positive. Like, no.
the tangent of pi over 6 is radical 3 over 3.
So the one at top is right.
Yeah, you
What's
messed
in
this
the
up on your
middle?
speed quiz too. What?
It's in the middle.
A 1?
What it-
You just put yes. You put a y for number 1. Number 2. We're up here. There, G.
I know I was writing number 1.
Number 2.
It's gonna be long, but-
The sine of x equals radical 2 over 2. Pi over 3, is that a solution? No, because what would it be? Pi over 4. So you're going to put an n on number 2.
Not sure.
And
An n for no.
I was doing checks and X's and now you're
Sure,
telling
that's
me to
fine.
do
That's
X.
message. So I just did 2 of your 11 problems.
What was my
Longer.
Oh my god. No, you.
1 through 11.
No, last time-
Go!
I have
Last time I saw you,
Can I take a little booklet?
Can you do who, what? Tyler, give her a booklet.
Dude, she has my phone.